Alright, thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's your good friend Possible here, and we're going through today what we go through every week. One of the most important parts of this program that we've ever had, and that is the next batch. What movies are coming out this weekend to help separate you from your money and your time so that you'll sit in a dark room for 2 hours and enjoy yourselves? Well, the first movie for that is the Lego Movie. Yes, it's finally coming out, the Lego Movie, which for me is the one movie which I can't understand why they're making this movie. You know, the Lego Movie is not the first Lego movie. They've made lots of other ones. Ones involving Avengers, all the others involving licensed products like DC superheroes, the Avengers, Star Wars, stuff like that. Here, they decided to focus it on Emmett. And of course, you got all the cliches you can imagine. He's got a hot girlfriend who basically has to help him discover his inner special self so that he can save us from the Master who plans to destroy the world somehow. We don't know how he's going to do it. All we know is that it's up to Emmett to stop him. Of course, there's a prophecy involved and blah, blah, blah. The thing that gets me that gets my goat about this movie, besides the horrible acting in the trailers, the crappy dialogue, the fact that our main heroes are acting like buffoons, on top of all that, it's just the idea that for the Lego Movie, they decided to launch it with a nobody. You know, you've got all these licensed product, and yet you're going to choose this regular guy to be the one that we relate to save us, like as if it's kind of like, you know, he's the one. So it's the Matrix and stuff like that. Expect all sorts of pop culture references, sexual jokes that adults will get, but that kids will not. And hopefully, adults, as you bring your kids to see this, you won't be climbing up the wall, which I hope you don't. I give this movie a pass. I don't believe Lego Movie's going to be working. I'm really upset by this movie. I'm really, it just doesn't have what I really wanted from a Lego Movie. So I was really angry about that one. Speaking of anger, we next have Vampire Academy. Again, this is a movie that I feel very, very sorry for. This is a movie that suffers from guilt by associations. High school movies are very touch and go. Back in the days, in the 80s, the high school movies ruled. But today, like the rom-coms of this generation, we just cannot get a handle on these movies anymore. So what do you got here at Vampire Academy? Well, you got the lady on the left who's basically half human, half vampire. She's a protector. She has to protect the best friend, and hottie on the right, who is a princess of the good vampire legions. And gosh, if you want to say, and before you can say Twilight, what is she all about? Well, she's all about only taking a little bit of blood and not, killing anybody because she's the good person. Not so much the quote-unquote vegetarians, but about being a good guy. The things you never wanted your vampires to be, basically. That's what she is. And now it's up to them to A, survive high school, and B, survive the evil vampires and monsters that show up to kill everybody. That's where I really got upset, because as I was watching the trailer, they showed me all the high school parts, but they didn't show me the parts where there's going to be a problem or a lead villain who's going to actually kill people. They showed me a little bit of that. I saw a werewolf snarling. I saw a bloody sign that says leave or die, but that's it, It's like I don't get the angst here. I saw the high school, so I get it. It's a high school movie, but it's also a vampire movie. And I get it that this is part of that whole young adult book money wannabe. It wants to be the next Hunger Games, the next Twilight, or will it be the next Mortal Bones? So before Divergent, there's this. And this one gets a pass. Just don't think they did a good job of displaying what this movie was supposed to be about. I'm not looking forward to this movie whatsoever. So pass on it, we do. That next up, The Monuments Men. Supposed to come out back in December. It has been moved into February for whatever reason. You got a whole list of stars. George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bill Murray, John Goodman, blah, blah, blah. Even having a young Sean Connery there in the back, even though it's not Sean Connery, let's be honest. Here we have a true story about a group of men who sought to protect the Jewish heritage. Not only did Hitler steal a lot of the Jews and their lives and stuff like that, but he also stole their art, their past. What makes a what makes a people, in other words. They're symbols and stuff. So these guys go out to try to protect these things, telling our allied forces what they can and cannot bomb, and trying the best to steal all their artwork. All while being pretty silly, like being unable to survive boot camp, stepping on landmines, and people wondering what the heck did he do that for, and all that stuff. Maybe it's because it's World War II. Maybe it's because it's an all-star cast of some of my favorite actors. But let's face it, guys, I gotta give this movie a decide. No, it's a see it. I'm sorry, I must have been a little silly when I wrote that one. It's a see it, people. I do believe this movie's going to be worthy. I trust these actors, and I'm really looking forward to the story. Besides, the trailers look really nice. They're out there trying to really make a difference in a world that's falling apart, basically. Well, guys, that's it for me for now. I will see you at the theaters. Decide. Who wrote that?